Have you ever seen a praying mantis? This mysterious and somewhat frightening insect has a unique, almost alien appearance. But what many people don't know is that the praying mantis has skills and characteristics that make it one of the fiercest predators in the insect world. And today, you're going to find out why you should never mess with a praying mantis. In various cultures, it's associated with mysticism, wisdom, and even protection. But don't be fooled, this isn't the kind of insect that gets easily intimidated. In the next few minutes, you'll understand how it hunts, why it's so feared in the animal kingdom, and what might happen if you cross its path the wrong way. First of all, the praying mantis has an appearance that intimidates almost anyone. Its large, multifaceted eyes can capture even the slightest movements around it, giving it an almost supernatural vision. Those eyes, which seem to observe every detail around it, are one of the mantis's main weapons. With them, it analyzes and calculates every move, choosing the exact moment to strike. Unlike many insects that move erratically, the praying mantis is methodical, almost silent. It waits patiently until its prey is within reach. This instinct makes it an extremely efficient and feared predator by many. But vision and patience aren't the only tricks up this predator's sleeve. The praying mantis's front legs are its lethal weapons. These legs, covered in spikes, act as a true trap for anything that gets too close. And it knows how to use them with frightening precision. As soon as its prey is within reach, it strikes with incredible speed, capturing it in a fraction of a second. And once it grabs its victim, escaping is almost impossible. The praying mantis doesn't hesitate, it immobilizes and begins to devour its prey right then and there, while it's still alive. Believe me, it's an impressive and, at the same time, terrifying sight. If you think the praying mantis is only a threat to small insects, think again. This predator can attack and defeat creatures much larger than itself, including small lizards, birds, and even other mantises. It's a perfect example of survival of the fittest in nature. It's so adaptable that, when food is scarce, it doesn't hesitate to practice cannibalism. Yes, in some species of mantis, the female can devour the male after mating. This behavior may seem cruel to us, but for the mantis, it's a matter of survival. This cycle of hunting and cannibalism is essential for it to continue developing as a predator. What many people don't know is that, besides being an excellent hunter, the praying mantis is also a master of camouflage. With colors that vary from green to brown, it blends easily into its surroundings, making it nearly invisible to both its prey and predators. It can disguise itself as a leaf, twig, or flower, depending on the environment it lives in. And this camouflage isn't just for hunting, it also protects it from larger threats. In other words, the praying mantis not only hunts but also knows how to avoid being hunted. This ability makes it one of the best adapted insects in the animal kingdom, capable of surviving in various environments and situations. Another curiosity is that the praying mantis has an extremely territorial behavior. It doesn't like intruders and defends its space bravely. If another animal or even a person tries to mess with it, it won't hesitate to go into attack mode. Even if its first reaction is to camouflage and hide, it knows when it needs to defend itself. And don't think it's defenseless. With its sharp legs, it can cause quite a bit of pain to anyone who disturbs it. So, if you see a praying mantis, it's best to observe it from a distance and avoid trying to catch it. After all, no one wants to test the sharp claws of such a well-prepared insect. But it's not only when defending itself or hunting that the mantis impresses. This insect also possesses surprising abilities when it comes to reproduction. The female is very selective and only accepts the mate she considers strongest. And, even after choosing, the male runs the risk of being devoured after mating. This behavior, which may seem terrifying to us, is actually a way to ensure the survival of the female and future offspring. By devouring the male, the female obtains nutrients that help her lay healthier and more numerous eggs. Thus, the praying mantis's life cycle is maintained, ensuring that the next generation is as adapted and fierce as the current one. The praying mantis is also one of the few insects that can turn its head almost 180 degrees. This ability allows it to have a wide view of its surroundings, staying alert to any movement, whether it's prey or a threat. This neck mobility is rare among insects and is further proof of the mantis's incredible evolution. Nature really went all out when creating such a complete and efficient predator. At the same time, it's fascinating for its delicacy. Many people even keep praying mantises as pets, for their exotic appearance and curious behavior. However, it's essential to understand that, despite seeming harmless at times, the praying mantis is a born predator. It follows its instincts and shows no mercy when hunting. This is one of the reasons it deserves respect and, preferably, to be observed from a distance. Many cultures view the mantis as a symbol of patience and focus, and, indeed, it represents these qualities like few animals. It teaches us the importance of waiting for the right moment, adapting to the environment, and not backing down in the face of challenges. This little insect is much more than it seems at first glance. The praying mantis is full of secrets and fascinating abilities that few know about. In addition to its predatory instincts, it can learn from its environment, adapting its hunting tactics over its lifetime. This means that the older it gets, the smarter and more efficient it becomes as a hunter. Its ability to adapt is truly impressive and is one of the reasons it's so successful in nature. Another interesting fact is that the praying mantis can even survive without one of its front legs, a feature that makes it resilient even in difficult situations. If it loses a leg during a fight or due to a predator, it continues to live and hunt, which is surprising for an insect of its size. In some cases, the mantis can even regenerate lost limbs during its growth period, a rare ability that many animals lack. These incredible characteristics make the praying mantis a true survivor. It reminds us that even the most discreet and enigmatic creatures have an amazing complexity and are perfectly adapted to survive in the wild. The praying mantis, with its unique appearance and exceptional hunting abilities, deserves our admiration and, of course, our respect. Lastly, an interesting curiosity is that the praying mantis can recognize ultraviolet light patterns. This means it can perceive details that human eyes can't detect, giving it an even greater advantage in hunting and environmental perception. This ability makes it an even deadlier hunter, as it can see aspects of the world that go unnoticed by other creatures. So, next time you encounter a praying mantis, remember, it may be small, but it's one of the best-equipped predators in nature. From its camouflage and patience to its hunting and defense skills, the praying mantis shows that, in nature, size doesn't always determine strength. This incredible insect is proof that even the smallest creatures can be true warriors. When you observe a bird building a nest, it's hard not to be amazed by what is happening. It's more than just a simple act of gathering twigs and leaves. Every movement, every piece of material carried, is part of an extraordinary journey. As they construct their nests, these small creatures show us how nature, in its essence, works in incredibly precise and intelligent ways. From the moment the bird starts looking for the ideal location, to the moment it adds the final piece of material, there's a process full of challenges and instinct. The first step may seem simple, finding the perfect spot. They are discerning. Every nest needs to be protected, hidden from predators, yet accessible to the chicks when they arrive. A good nest is not just a shelter, but a safe and comfortable home for the eggs. Imagine a location with a good view, but not easy to reach, whether in a dense bush or on a high branch. The bird never leaves the place where its future generation will begin its life to chance. Every choice is made with the utmost care because the nest is not only for the bird, but for the new beings that will be born there. Once the spot is found, the material gathering phase begins. Twigs, dry leaves, feathers, fibers, and even small pieces of plastic are collected. The bird flies back and forth, carrying each item with impressive precision. It knows exactly what it needs to create a base strong enough to support the weight of the eggs, but at the same time, comfortable enough to accommodate the chicks once they hatch. What's fascinating is how birds know exactly what type of material is right. Plant fibers, for example, help provide stability to the nest, while feathers offer the warmth necessary to keep the eggs warm. The building process is meticulous and, at times, it even seems artistic. The bird adjusts and readjusts the materials until everything fits perfectly. It may work for hours, day after day, adding one item here, adjusting another there. Perfection is the goal. A poorly made nest will not ensure the survival of the chicks. And that's precisely why they devote so much time, knowing that all their effort now will make a difference later on. It's not just the size or appearance of the nest that matters, but how it provides protection and comfort. As the nest takes shape, there is a sense of completion. The bird begins to make the final adjustments. Now, it starts preparing the nest to receive the eggs. It adds more layers of material to ensure the bottom is soft and welcoming. Some species even create a special bed with feathers to ensure maximum warmth for their eggs. The nest is ready, but the work doesn't end there. The bird will continue to take care of everything around it, vigilantly watching over its creation with attention and care. This building process is not just instinctual, it's a true demonstration of how birds, through simple actions, exhibit behavior that is highly adapted to survival. They are not just creatures following blind instincts, but beings with highly complex strategies, adapted to their environment and their need to ensure the continuation of their species. Each nest is unique, reflecting the incredible ability of these animals to plan, build, and care for their offspring. If you observe closely, you'll see that each nest bears the mark of its creator. They are not just piles of twigs and leaves. Every piece was placed there with a reason, with a purpose. Every movement made by the birds during the nest building process is a lesson in how nature knows exactly what is needed for the continuation of life. Behind every nest, there is a story, a silent but crucial effort to preserve the species. And the best part? This process is repeated tirelessly, generation after generation. Each new nest built, with each cycle of life, carries with it the heritage of all accumulated knowledge, passed down in almost imperceptible ways. Each nest, though unique, is a reflection of the same instinct for protection, care, and love for life that has been part of the bird world for millennia. Each nest, whether simple or complex, carries within it the history of past generations. Even without the ability to communicate verbally, birds have their own way of passing down wisdom and building practices to their descendants. When a chick is born, it's not just receiving the care of its parents, but also the chance to learn, in some way, the skills necessary for its survival. This includes the ability to identify the best spots to build a nest and how to select the most suitable materials. This cycle of learning and adaptation is a fundamental characteristic of nature. The instinct to build nests is not just a matter of physical necessity, it is also a matter of social survival. The bird that builds its nest effectively is, in practice, increasing the chances of its chicks surviving. That's why we see a great diversity of building techniques. Some birds prefer elevated nests, in trees, to protect themselves from ground predators, while others build them on the ground, carefully camouflaged among leaves or rocks. Others still make nests in tree holes or rock crevices, naturally protected locations. There are also those who don't limit themselves to natural materials. Over time, some species have adapted and started incorporating materials found in the urban environment, such as bits of wire, plastic, or even pieces of paper and fabric. This adaptability is one of the reasons many bird species are able to thrive in various types of habitats, from dense forests to crowded urban areas. This flexibility in nest building reflects the incredible resilience and intelligence of these animals. But what makes the nest so important, beyond its role in protecting eggs and chicks? It is also a symbol of care. When parent birds finish building, they don't just walk away. They continue to watch over the nest, keeping it clean and safe, always alert to any threat. This is something we can learn. Caring for others is an essential part of the process of raising and surviving. Whether the threats are small or large, the ongoing care of the chicks and the nest is crucial for the success of the next generation. Another fascinating aspect of nest building is how it demonstrates the collaborative behavior between pairs. In some species, both the male and the female actively participate in the building process. They bring materials, organize them together, and even take turns protecting the site. In other species, the process may be more solitary, with one parent handling the building while the other focuses on finding food and protecting the nest. This cooperation, even in its simplest form, is a clear example of how birds are capable of working together to achieve a common goal. The next time you see a bird building its nest, take a closer look. Understand that right there, in that small structure, is the representation of a living being's care, the search for security, the desire to protect the life that is yet to come. It is a simple story, but one full of profound meanings. Each nest is more than just a home, it is a symbol of continuity, of adaptation.